Hello, welcome to the ITL. Yeah, got a little comment last week about these. And yes, they do look like weeds, and yes, they do, but they do need cut trim back, yes. And we'll be doing that soon. But what they are, they're called Rosa Sharon. And I think they're a weed, I really do. But in this area, they're considered a flowering bush. My property's got them all over the freaking place. But I always like to grow them up along the sides of the door, kind of help keep the wind at bay a little bit whenever storms come in. And it looks a little better too. Because I mean, either if we don't get the winds directly on this door, it's always like whipping around and coming from the sides, and these actually help that a little bit, I noticed. And but yeah, I figured I'd address that. I mean, yeah, I got a little bit of weeds here and there, but most of this is Rosa Sharon, and they actually bloom pretty large flowers, about maybe 3.5 to 4 inches. And they're about that tall too, about 3.5 to 4 inches tall too. And these ones are here should be the white with the red centers mixed in with purple. So yeah, they're all over my property. Whenever I first bought this place, I basically went wild and tried to kill them all off, and I found out within a couple of weeks later, no, not unless you're going to use Roundup or something like that. No, they just don't kill them off. You can pull them out by the roots all you want. There's always a little bit of a piece of root there. It's going to grow right back. And these things grow like crazy. But yeah, and I was going to talk about something today, and but I had it all written out and everything, but I was like, you know what? Let's trash that at the door, because I was trying to avoid more of the drama in my freaking life. But something happened. So was it Thursday? Which is actually today for me. It really made me go say mentally ballistic inside. If you've seen my videos posted, it was actually Thursday evening, late Thursday evening. You have an idea what I'm talking about, and it is I had to go to a dental appointment to get the okay for a hip surgery. And just to all you people, this doesn't sound right, but it is. They don't want you having any chances of infections in your bloodstream that would sit in on the surgery. But yeah, I had to go in, and I got the word that I had 2 wisdom teeth that are actually in really bad shape. That need to be pulled out, and one's actually pushing on the tooth in front of it, and the tooth in front of it's got to be popped out also, because it's actually destroyed that tooth. At my age, I would have thought I've been done with this stuff. I've had 2 wisdom teeth removed already through the years, but this is here. I was told, well, don't worry about these. Chances are that I won't do anything, but my chances are never great. So I should have had them pulled when I was younger. But yeah, you can tell it's late in the evening. The sun's coming from the west. But yeah, I got in the soonest date I could schedule to have the oral surgeon to do it for me was actually the 13th of this month. Would be June the 13th, which is actually the same date as my appointment for the pre-operation testing. That they told me that I had to run down to. This is the staff. Had told me I had to run down to Wexford to see their doctors, which you'll be hearing about that in a few seconds, to see. In that video that I posted with me riding home, part of it, I came up with the thought that, you know what, my family doctor always did it for me, before. Why can't he do it now? I was on the phone all morning trying to get a hold of people, and I was thinking every freaking doctor's office would not pick up. Nobody would pick up, and I left them messages, and I left my name and numbers and all that, and why I was calling for the most part. And I even called the doctor's line into his direct office, and which he ended up fixing it for me. And I mean, I first call back was his one of his staff members, actually coordinator. She's been setting it up for me for the Wexford office and all this stuff since I've been scheduled the surgery. And I asked her, I said, well, can my family physician do this? Oh no, he can't do that. The doctors absolutely want, that's what they want, is to have their doctors here do it. And I'm like, okay, whatever. We'll have to set back the appointment time and date. That's something I did not want to do. I'm done with this. I want this fixed ASAP. I'm tired of playing with it. But I was like, okay, we have to do it. We have to do it. And she said, I'll get back with you whenever I get a hold of the doctors, and we scheduled the appointment. I was like, okay, no problem. And I was sitting there waiting, and a few minutes after I got off the phone with them, my family physician's office got a hold of me, because I called them up too. There, I talked to the nurse there, and she said, oh, no, he can't, because I have a doctor's appointment with him on the 19th. And I'm like, maybe I can do it that day, the appointment. Oh, no, you can't do that. That's a different type of appointment than you're coming in for. Oh, absolutely not. Okay, I told her, and I said, I found out they don't want to use my family doctor anyway. And I got off the phone with her. Well, I called up, well, I sat there for, maybe an hour and a half. And my surgeon's assistant is TA. He called me. His name's Mark. And he said, what's up, Mike? And I told him what's going on. He said, wait a minute. So you're coming down to Wexford to see your family physician? I said, no, you're getting it all mixed up. I told him, I said, no, they have to come down to Wexford to see your doctors. And he said, no, we don't have to do that. You live too far north, too far away for that. I said, if you don't want that, if you can't do that, so what we'll do is we'll have your family physician do it for us. That's what I've been trying to do. That's what I've been trying to get through to do. And he said, yeah, we can do this, no problem. Because I told him, I said, well, I told him initially that we had to push back the surgery date. And I told him, I really don't want to do that. He said, yeah, I know you don't want to do that. I said, I could tell this has gone on way too long for you. And he said, no. He said, everything should be done okay. I mean, they want 2 weeks after, at a minimum of 2 weeks after any type of oral surgery done, till they operate. Well, it's 16 days. And he said, that's cutting it a little bit fine, but we can work with that. We can work with that. Long you get somebody to write off on, and we can have a doctor here do it. And right before the surgery. And I said, shouldn't be a problem. And he said, I can get a hold of your family physician and let him know what we need done, what type of testing and stuff we need done. And said the only thing that might hold up is if you need like a stress test or something. And I told him, I said, wait a minute, you don't have to worry about that. I have a cardiologist, and I've already had that done. She's already signed off. And I was told there should be a problem with that. And he said, great. He said, yeah, well, I don't see why we couldn't have it done on the 29th. And I said, after that phone call, it was like my head just went, pew, it's like all that stress and everything for nothing. And it could have been handled through his coordinator, no problem. It just, I don't know what the heck's going on with them. The lack of communication really was, but anyway, that is just mild onto all the stressors that has happened just today. The rest of the week has been actually very, very off for me a little bit, but not stressing. I mean, I wasn't able to, Tuesday morning I went out to get on the bike, and I wasn't able to get onto the bike. The hip just would not let that leg come up and over, and it was just catching, and I was cranking my leg off the freaking side of the bike every time I was trying to do it. No matter what I was doing, I couldn't get the leg high, my right leg high enough. jokes, and it was raining early that morning anyway, and I figured, well, maybe it's the weather, I don't know, it's told off. Well, today, as you've seen, I did get on the bike, I was able to ride, and it didn't give me any problems. So evidently, if there's a little piece of whatever was in there, it's kind of catching and stopping, it worked its way through for after a few days. So that's just basically my life for a little while, well, this month anyway. And we'll have that taken care of and resolved, and I'll be on the way to healing and get other things straightened out in the old body. And yes, I mean, yes, the jokes are running out there. I love them. Don't get me wrong. I do love them. I eat them up. The $1 million man jokes. I mean, the hip's going to be revised, and they're talking possibly knees next year or the year after. The knees are not a sure thing. I can probably get Supart shots and put in my knees. It depends on how bad they are. But it's just like one thing at a time. I'll just get my knees checked next year. As long as I can still walk on them, I'll be all right. That's the way I feel. But it is like, oh, geez, it's just one of those freaking days today. It's just enough just to make your head go poof, you know. Then yesterday, the Gipher photo came up. It's like, oh, that was very distasteful. I think a person that would do something like that, especially to somebody that has a child of a young age or family period, they should really seek some help. Maybe some permanent help, you know, behind bars. I mean, she didn't do anything illegal. It just seems really mental in my eyes. But yeah, I've been rambling on long enough. I hope you guys all have a great week. Thank you for watching. Until next week, this is MuzzleMike signing out.